just a lot of the things that I do for him. I'm
So
like, let him,
you're around your
you know,
in-laws, and they tell you to let him get his own plate.
yeah, and his cousins and
Are
sisters,
they
they're
married?
like,
Are
he
these women
did it.
married?
No, no, no.
So you're serving your husband, and you got Shirley and them telling you, "Don't do that. Come over and sit down with the rest of us queens."
Well, they just said that he used to have to do it himself, and he knows how to
I
do
know,
it,
but
and
what they're saying is, come over and sit down with the rest of us lazy ass entitled women, because you treat him too good. You keep doing stuff like that, you gonna make. See, uh, I'm about to say something's gonna piss a lot of some black women off, but I've heard it my entire life. We don't want to blow y'all's head up, and they get upset. The women that you're referring to, the pathology is they're beneath us, and we need to give them Scooby snacks every now and then to keep them in line.
Welcome to the S-Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S-Banks, and I'm joined with my co-host,
JD Network.
and we got a nice lit podcast for you today. Tell us, man, what's going to be about?
Are Dominican Latina women raised to be wives? And are black women raised to be strong and independent?
Strong and independent.
We've got femininity talk and much, much more.
Yeah, so we got a couple of clips for you today. We got 3 clips in total. I'm not going to spoil it for you. We'll go straight in. But yeah, there's 3 clips. Some you know the title, and we're gonna play the clips. I'm not gonna interrupt the clips. Then we're gonna come back, and we'll have that conversation. So without further delay, let's play clip number 1.
And I agree. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
that there is a vested interest in the powers that be in keeping black women single. It's so it just is it's terrible. I'm Hispanic, but I'm married to a black man, and I am around a lot of his black family and the women in his family, and I hear a lot of that, like, when I prepare him a plate of food, they're like, man, let him get his plate,
Right.
Let him get up. When I just a lot of the things that I do for him.
So
I'm like, let him.
you're around your in-laws, and they tell you to let him get his own plate.
Yeah, and his cousins and sisters.
Are they married?
They're like,
Are these women married?
No.
So you're serving your husband, and you got Shirley and them telling you, "Don't do that. Come over and sit down with the rest of us queens."
Well, they just said that he used to have to do it himself, and he knows how to
I
do
know,
it.
but what they're saying is, come over and sit down with the rest of us lazy ass entitled women, because you treat him too good. You keep doing stuff like that, you gonna make. See, I'm about to say something's gonna piss a lot of some black women off, but I've heard it my entire life. We don't want to blow y'all's head up, and they get upset. The women that you're referring to, the pathology is they're beneath us, and we need to give them Scooby snacks every now and then to keep them in line. But if you start treating him like he's a human being and deserves something, much less a man, he's going to realize that he's valuable, and he may exercise. And once he realizes he's valuable and has some power and standing, he may turn around and use that power against you like we use our power against him. That's the real fear.
Okay, that was the end of that clip. A very powerful clip. We'll give a shout out to Kevin Samuels for using that clip. What's your first thoughts on that?
My first thoughts is pretty much what the title is. Are Dominican Hispanic women raised to be wives?
So women from different cultures, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And are black women raised to be strong and independent?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes. My opinion,
Okay.
the answer is yes. This lady in the clip has given an example of her and her daughter experiences in regards to her husband and her husband's family.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've heard this a lot myself.
You've seen it yourself, maybe through your own family, through close family friends. I have too. I've heard it. I don't know. I don't put words in your mouth. But
No. Yeah, so I've heard it from all sorts of places. You see it on social media as well. You see it all over the place, to be honest with you. And it's true. It's true. Black women are definitely raised to be strong and independent.
Yeah.
We can do everything ourselves. We don't need no man. I don't need no man. That sort of attitude.
So, okay, we're generalizing, not all, but
Obviously.
we know a big majority of Black women, have that mentality of being strong, independent. I don't need no man. We done a podcast a couple of weeks ago in regards to a clip that went viral. A dude from I don't know his name, but a dude from 8 at the Table, he made a statement about Dominican or Latina women are raised to be wives, and in the same statement as they're raised to be wives, and Black women are raised to be strong and independent. I don't need no man. But the first thing for me is that women keep women single.
Yep, definitely.
Now, I don't know if some women know this, but you're in a competition with women, whether you want to believe that or not, or you think, oh, she's my brethren, and there's this whole girl code. You're in a secret competition, but I don't think it's a secret anymore. I think the cat's out the bag. I think the cat's running all over the house and scratching up the sofa. I think it's doing all kind of stuff. It's obvious now. It's in your face.
It is.
Some may disagree.
Obvious. No. Okay, I guess some may disagree. But it is very obvious nowadays.
Yeah.
Your friends ain't who you really think they are. Yeah. And if you have a man and they see certain qualities in your man, listen.
Yeah.
They're gonna hop at any chance to try and take your man from you, especially if they believe that you are not worth it and he deserves better, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, sort of thing. And they're I'm not saying it's always intentional, but sometimes
it is.
I mean that as in there's a certain percentage of alphas and those sort of men that everyone wants. So sometimes, say your friend has managed to find that guy somehow, and she is like not doing what she's supposed, or she's not treating him very well, and then it's like, damn, like if only I had him, sort of thing. I'll treat him better.
In turn, what you're saying is this, right? Most women want a particular guy. 90% of women want that guy that's in the top 20%.
Yes, the same
guy. Is
that
fair to say? So then, if you happen to have a dude that's in the top tier, top 20% man, right? And your friend has a dude that's lesser in the 80%, where at least 80% of men are invisible to women. So he falls in that category, right? So then you have that guy. She's naturally going to be drawn to that guy. She's going to desire him, right?
Yes.
So you said sometimes, as you were saying, kind of like subconsciously, maybe she kind of wants that dude.
Yes.
But women is in a competition. So you say women are going to sabotage you because they want that guy, and they're going to say things and plant the seed of doubt in that man's ear, just so she can put batteries in his back and she can get him to comply and take your resources, your guy, because these 1% guys or these guys in the top tier are hard to come by.
Yep.
And I think rational women understand that. Despite you see modern women today believing that men are disposable and they can find a guy just like that, or they think that what women is this? They think men get bedroom fun just as much as them. And they're basing it off on the top tier men. They get bedroom fun. Yeah. Not on the same scale as even an average woman, but they get
of their self. Yeah.
Exactly. So my point is this, not to stray from the point. My point is this. There's a competition between women. Front all you like. Your brethren wants that top tier man if you have him, sis. So don't get gassed. It is what it is. But the thing is, the question I want to put up in the air is this. Do our title was Dominican/Latina women. Do they treat their men better, particularly black men? Put in the comments, what do you believe? Do you think that women, let's say women from other cultures, do you think they treat their men better? Their men feel of value? What do you think? And put in the comments. And I'll ask you the question, what do you think about that? Do you think that women from other cultures treat their men like, yeah, they're somebody and don't give them Scooby snacks?
Well, first of all, if you actually talk to your men or talk to men, okay. Most of the time, men do not like to talk to women and tell them the truth about some stuff.
Why?
Because of the backlash they get.
So it's backlash. They might not get some coochie.
There's multiple reasons.
The primary reason is because they ain't gonna get no coochie, and women like to get emotional. But okay.
Yes, so women, Latina and other cultures, not just Latina, but they treat their men better because they was raised to be wives. They was raised that way. They was raised to cater. You know, just like the song "Cater to You," the same thing. They was raised to cater.
They tried to cancel that.
I know. Boo to you.
Okay.
They were raised to cater to their men. Yeah. So just like I'm sure we've said it in a different podcast, but they have been raised. Okay, say they have brothers as well. Yeah. Their fathers in the household for starters, and sometimes they may have some brothers. So their mum has raised them to, you look after your father and you look after your brothers. So when it comes to food, for example, just like the woman was saying in with Kevin Samuels, I've made a plate for him. So I make a plate for him and he eats first before I eat.
And Big Shirley and them is trying to, mess up the whole thing.
Infiltrate the camp.
Yeah, she's trying to F up things.
Yes. Yeah. So they're raised to cater to their men, look after their men, make sure that they're fed, watered, however you want to, whatever, but they're raised to do that. And honestly, black women are not raised to do that. We're not. Some are. I'm not saying all. I never say all. It's always some.
The funny thing is this, right? It's funny when we're speaking on things, right? And then we always got to say, not all. I'm just generalizing. I'm just like, come on, man. I shouldn't need to say that after every sentence, innit? I'm just saying, innit? But continue, man. I just had to highlight that part, man.
In regards to that, it is quite annoying to have to keep doing that. But anyway, so yes, some women are, I'm going to say the majority of black women, not even just some. Majority is raised to be the independent, strong woman. Yeah. I can do it alone. I can do it by myself. I don't need no help. Especially don't need a man's help. Nothing at all. And others, not just Hispanics, they're raised to cater to their men. So white and everything.
So then it comes down to the culture then. So their traditions, hold where our tradition, let's just say from 1965, our tradition, we was married at 80%. Yes. And now we're not. So then the thing is this, our women, we have to be honest, man. So our women traded, government assistance for them, they traded the men for that.
Yep.
And we have to be honest about that. And I think that the women that came before, like your grandparents and your mummies and stuff, they know the truth didn't show you. Where if you have a dude and he ain't ish, he'll say, I ain't ish. Or don't, if your daddy ain't ish, he's going to say, don't get with a dude like me. And I think men tend to be like that. And I'm not saying that from a place of being sexist or fuckeries or anything, but it's the truth, innit? So the question I want to raise is this, is that, do you think that black women have a contempt, let's say a secret one, do black women have a secret contempt for black men?
I would say yes. And I say yes. Okay, some women don't maybe not realize that they actually have a contempt for black men. Yeah. They don't realize it. Okay, let's give an example. So say you're a single mother and you're raising a daughter.
Yeah.
From the things you say and how you act towards your daughter's father breeds for your daughter to subconsciously hate her father but not realize that she's doing it. So she grows up with the hatred of their mother.
But the foundation of how we grew up today is dysfunction and disorder.
Yes.
We don't know about system, order, and structure.
No.
So how we live and what we've grown into or we've come into, that's normal. Dysfunction is normal. So it's kind of like mental sickness. Now, mental sickness, you don't have the physical signs of being ill, but the mental sickness is not knowing. You think this is normal.
Yes.
So that's how some people are, and I understand.
A lot, but the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that how you grew is not normal. The majority of the world see it as in, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But because we was raised in a certain way and we've seen it all our lives, we think it's acceptable and it's normal, and it's not.
Yeah.
So,
but I think like with, especially in the Black community, like our women are the leaders of the community. They're the matriarchs. You know, it is what it is. They and the Black men are lesser. And just like Kevin Samuels was saying, as far as they use their power against us, and they're afraid to make us be in power because they're afraid we're going to use our power against them. Kind of like the supremacy, you know, the W supremacy, right? They believe that, you know, maybe they want to loosen certain things and they want it to be normal, but they're afraid like, after the things we've done to you guys, if we loosen the reins and we just let it be normal, are you going to do the same thing back to us?
put in the comment section if you've walked down the street and you see, you know who.
Yeah.
And they act weird and funny with you because they think, oh my gosh, they're going to do something to me, or they're going to rob my purse, or they're going to do, because they're scared of the repercussions.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to have Brad and Chad, you know, walk here with Becky, and then, you know, you can go to a comedy show, right? And we can all laugh together. We have a good time together. As soon as we leave the comedy show, right? Then, you know, Brad and Chad, come on, Becky. You're going to steal my purse. And it's funny that we can laugh together. But then when the laughing's all over, that's where we at. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Put in the comments what you guys think. But do you guys think, you know, that Black women, for the most part, have a secret contempt for Black men? You know, do other cultures hold strong, you know, in their traditions where they still value their men? Whereas patriarch, where they believe in a nuclear family, man, wife, and children, and that's what keeps the structure going.
Yeah. I know a lot of Black women will have asked the question many times, like, why are Black men leaving them and going for other cultures? And just like you said, you've given good examples. And the thing is, what I've come to realize is that Black men are not leaving take looks and stuff out of it. They're not leaving because they hate you. Black men actually love Black women and want to be with Black women. But because of how Black women are today anyway, they can't take it and hack it anymore.
But hold on, but sisters need to check sisters. I think Black women need to check other Black women, because when I'm saying things like the Black men's lesser, we live in a matriarch where the women's in control, we live in dysfunction and disorder, people might say, what are you talking about? But that's normal to us. And I don't think, look, a lot of the dudes wake up out of the matrix, right? They see the zeros and ones and they get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some women get what I'm saying too. Hence why I'm saying I'm generalizing for the most part, right? But then let's be real, right? A lot of our men are treated with contempt. And when you do good, you treat like a dog, almost like Scooby Snacks, right? So here's a treat whenever you do right. And they speak down to you. They don't speak like we level, even though the man's taller. We ain't level though, right? And this is normal though.
It is.
So why what we're gonna front and we're gonna pretend and we're gonna pretend that we're not in a burning house, even though it's burning, there's smoke, there's everything, you know, indicating that, hey, we ain't gonna make it out.
No. Look, the thing is, men, okay, from more black women than other races. Black men are typically used for their money or whatever,
or bedroom fun.
Whatever. You're finishing my sentences.
No, it's just two things. We have to be real.
I was going to say whatever they can get from them.
No,
so money.
Bedroom fun.
It's bedroom fun too,
and money.
yes. And whatever else they can get.
So you've broken a man down to just bedroom fun and money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
See, because me as a dude, I feel that. I feel that. I can't just go over that. I feel that because I've seen it so many times. I've been treated in this way too. So I have a personal stake in this as well. I have no dog in the fight. I'm just saying what I'm saying. This is my thoughts. And I'm not saying to you every single, black man has gone through what I've gone through, but I'm pretty sure majority of black men can feel what I'm saying.
Yes. Well, I've put in my notes, black women complain all day about what black men have done to them. It's all black men's fault for everything bad that's happened to them. But a lot of black men actually, like I said before, love black women. But they can't be with them because, a lot of, let's be honest, they're mistreated. Mm-hmm. They're spoken to badly. You ain't S. Well, you ain't ish.
Ninjas ain't ish.
You're all sorts of things. You get insulted all the time. Like, who really, if you were to flip the script and say to women, would you want your man calling you names and all the stuff? You wouldn't, because you would say, oh, he's toxic, or what's the other ones they like to use? His misogynist. Do you see what I mean?
Even though women use misandry all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. It's hypocritical because you say, oh, black men do such and such or whatever, but you act like, I was going to say something else, but that I can't say. But you act like you are, an angel and you don't do nothing wrong. You've never said anything wrong.
That's how society paints women, that they're angels, they can do no wrong, and they're these delicate little Tinkerbells, right? From Peter Pan. But my thing is this, right? Look, if other women from other cultures are more feminine, submissive, peaceful, they're pleasures to be around, what does one do? Put in the comments. But my next thing is this, right? I don't think men, black, white, whatever their culture may be, right? I don't think they're not primarily looking at the color of the woman. They're looking at the best quality woman.
Yes.
And I think that's where a lot of women get misconstrued. Don't get me wrong. The guys that are in the top 20%, if they're going off legacy, they're going to want a white. If they're white, they're going to say, okay, I want a white wife, white children. And if they're black, they're going to want a black wife and black children.
There's nothing wrong with
that. We kind of stay within our culture, right? But then for the most part, we want the best. And I think most men want the best. Yeah. So it doesn't really always come down to black or white. It's just the best quality. Yeah. That's my thing.
I would say that too. Men do... You look out for quality women. Are they going to be good wives? Are they going to be good mothers? Not just, oh, is she going to be good in bed? Of course, men want their woman to be good in bed, but it's not just that, is she a quality woman? Is she a good girl? Yeah. So unfortunately, a lot of women don't think of it like that.
Why?
So it's unfortunate, but hey, yes, I was going to say, fellas, put in the comment section your experiences with other races in comparison to when you've dated a black woman. Now, I know. I asked the fellas to do that for a reason. So that black women can see, sometimes with women, we're so emotional. So emotional. We put emotions first. We're not listening.
Women's emotions are tied to everything, where men compartmentalize everything, and we have things sectioned off where women's emotions are connected to everything.
So we're not actually, a lot of women are not going to listen to what I just said. They heard whatever they wanted to hear. And it's like, no, take a second. Think about what I said.
Think, process, then react.
Exactly. Don't just react.
They're just reacting.
Yes. That's what a lot of, well, not just black women, but that's what a lot of people do. They just react. They don't process what was actually said. Now, I say for men to put in the comments what I said because I want black women to look at the answers what you'd see, it hasn't happened yet, but what you will see is that men are going to say very similar things. They're going to have a very similar
for the most
story.
part,
Yes. They're going to have a very similar story. So you, as a black woman, you have to then, like I said, process and then ask yourself this question. Is it true? Do you see it yourself?
But the thing is this, that's rational women, but most women don't care because they think men don't have feelings. And where has that got you? But within saying that, let's play clip number 2 where it gives a bit of context in regards to what we're saying. And this is the podcast that we done before. We will tag that so you can watch it and you can hear some of our thoughts in regards to that as well. So let's play clip number 2 and we're going to come back and break this down as well. So without further delay, here's clip number 2.
Spanish women, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Because the daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. Spanish girl is raised to serve. Yeah. They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, that's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him.
Okay, that was a clip that we took from one of our podcasts that we've done. And if you want to check that video out, we're going to tag that below. So definitely watch this one first, then go watch that one after. And we put down some of our thoughts as far as, you know, what was said in that particular clip. But I want to go back a little bit. In the first clip with Kevin Samuels, the woman at the end said there's a, what was it? She mentioned about a vested interest in keeping black women single. So there's powers that be that want to keep you single. Now the thing is, I don't really want to go too deep into that, right? But there is powers that be that keep you single because it's all about making money. So if you can be, but we know if you're living single, if you got a man and you're living single, he has his house, you have your house. It's all separate bills. You have your bills, he has his bills. That's more money. But if you're having one income or like if you're joint, it's easier, it's better. If you're not, then you spend because women might go into shop and you might go to Asda for a can of beans, but then you didn't buy the can of beans, but you bought everything else on the way to the can of beans. That's where they want women to be, spending, working for longer, paying taxes, not having families, having them later, and then finding out, oh, I was lied to. Now, I don't want to go too deep into it, but there is powers that be that want to keep you single and that want to keep this struggle between, you know, the genders, between black men and black women. And I think not necessarily just about black men and black women. I think that there's a gender war between men and women, but I think other cultures clock on and say, do you know what? I see you. I know what's going on. And I think a lot of modern women don't see that. It's not just a black problem. A lot of modern women don't see that.
No.
You know, but I think that women from a traditional that's still connected to their elders and still connected to their cultures and their traditions, those women tend to be fine. Those women tend to settle down and have great families and build communities
From young
and do their thing. You say young, some women say, oh, I'm not going to do that. Then they turn around and go,
oh, now she wants to cash out.
When they're 50, 60 years old.
Yes. So
what's your thoughts?
Talking about the elders, let's get into that a little bit. Now, this is where I'll say we was done wrong as black women. So I just want to clarify something also. In this podcast, not just this one in particular, within our whole brand, we are not bashing anybody. We are simply telling the truths and giving our opinions. Okay? So I'm not bashing anyone. I'm just saying that's from previous things that we may have said or what you've seen in previous videos. But in regards to the elders, our elders have done us wrong. And they didn't show us the way. I'm sure you mentioned it not that long ago. They didn't show us what we should do and what we shouldn't do in regards to
the do's and don'ts, man.
Exactly. In regards to everything, to be honest, I can't even put it down just to one thing. It's multiple things. Now, about 2, maybe 3 generations ago, Black people were most married, 80%. That's almost 100%, which is amazing. Of married.
But back then, Black men, okay, if we rewind all the way to back then, right, with the rewind button. So let's just say for the best part of 50, 60 years, right? Black men and Black women haven't been together for a long time.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
The Black woman hasn't been critiqued, and they've been given things from their zaddies. Mm-hmm. Let me call it that, right? And they're content. I would say your grandmothers and mothers paved the way, and the modern women today, cause and effect, right? They're more unhappier today. They're not in relationships. They don't value tradition, culture, or the nuclear family. You got women glorifying, they're having divorce parties.
Yeah.
They glorify being single mothers. And we all know that if you look at the stats as far as single motherhood, kids that come from single motherhood don't fare too well.
No.
But then they say, oh, they're still hell bent on, I don't need no man. I do all, bad by my lonely. Mm-hmm. And it's like, but you're doing all bad. I'm confused.
That saying is just silly to me. Mm-hmm. I'll do bad all by myself. Okay. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to do bad in the first place? But whatever tickles your fancy. There was clearly a breakdown from how many generations ago up until now.
Yeah.
You've mentioned some of them.
Yeah.
There was feminism. You mentioned earlier about, money, zaddies giving you money in replacement from your men. So you kick your man out of the house. What do you think he's going to do? Find someone else, obviously. Where's he going to sleep? But anyway, I'm not even going to go into that.
But hold on. Let's touch that for just 1 second, right? Now, obviously, it's this may sound one-sided, right? But I'll say this. You said that when you kick the man out, he goes elsewhere, right? Mm-hmm. I will say this from to be on the woman's side a little bit. You had men that full well knew that they didn't want long-term relationships with those women, mm-hmm. but they would still sleep with those women. And women have the gateway and access to smashing, and they decide on who gets born.
Yes.
But those men would lead those women along mm-hmm. and play them cheap. And then those women will get impregnated.
Yeah.
And those men will still play them along and keep breeding them up.
Yeah, I agree there.
I'd say those men, it wasn't right in doing that, because if you know you weren't serious about that woman, you should have kept her 100. I get why some people lie. Some dudes lie because, what I teach sometimes with men is how to not get finessed by women.
Yeah.
Because, dudes are getting finesse left, right, and center.
What I would say is that I agree with what you said. And yes, there's all sorts of men, just like there are all sorts of women. There's some good and some bad. That's just how it is. So yes, there are some men that will string women along, not tell them the truth, lie at their teeth. And that is the case, yes. But when I was saying in regards to you have zaddy to pay, give you money for certain things or whatever, you kicked your men out of the house in replacement of money.
Yeah.
Where do you think, what option did those men have? So I'm in a household with my wife and children. Zaddy comes along and says, I can give you money, but in order to get that money, you need to leave. You need to be a single
But I think that comes down to our sisters thinking, I want to be next to Becky. I want to be, put up on the throne and on a pedestal just like Becky. So that's where that comes from.
Okay, first of all, you'll never be Becky because Becky is Becky. You are you. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. Becky is Becky. You are you.
It's an unflattering truth, but I'm going to say it anyway. So people, put in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? There's nothing really to disagree with because it's the truth. If you do your research, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I haven't even gone into depth.
Like I said, no one's bashing anyone. I am a black female. So everything that happens to black women affects me too. And there's a lot of things that have been said, or say we've even had conversations in regards to things that are with black females. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel nice. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But I have to take make sense of the nonsense.
Take good with the bad, man.
Is it
and hold
true
accountability.
that such and such and such? I have to be honest with myself. Is it true? Yes, it's true. As much as I don't like it, as much as it may hurt my feelings and whatever else, is it true? And that's what I have to base it off, is the truth. So,
Look, man, this is one of the podcasts. It's not. We're one of the podcasts where you're going to get the truth.
You're going to get the truth.
We're going to say what we say.
Whether you like it or not.
It might be unflattering, but
look,
we're going to say it anyway.
Yes.
Some of you is going to be, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? But what else do you want to add, man? Before we play the next clip, then round out this thing.
I'm gonna go back to the elders because I don't think I finished with them.
We gonna start 1965? A little bit before
Wherever you want to start, yeah.
I don't know.
But
continue.
Yes, the elders, a lot of, not all obviously, but a lot of elders did us wrong. So grandmothers and mothers, I'm just gonna put it as from grandmothers and mothers have done us wrong. They didn't teach us what they're supposed to. So they're obviously older than us. So they've lived their life. They've had their daughters, and they didn't show their daughters what they've been through and the do's and don'ts.
So they raised their sons to be weak. They raised their daughters to be like them. So their blueprint doesn't work for the next generation coming up.
No.
So it makes the thing is this. It's not just a black thing, but I think modern women today, they don't know how to get over man. They're uncooperative. They are lazy. I think all modern women lazy with dating. There's a post that I put on my WhatsApp the other day. And yeah, they are lazy. I think what women are taught today is that, all men want to do is just smash. And yeah, they want to smash, but that means women lead with, just a coochie, which means they don't have no substance. And I think that's where a lot of our women are going wrong, because they think, men just want to smash, so I'll just lead by luring him in with some vajayjay. But then after the vajayjay in the bedroom fun, okay, cool. What do you bring to the table? Can you cook? Do you have a cookbook? Are you domesticated? What can you do? I am the table. And when you ask women, what do you bring to the table? That's offensive.
Yes. Some women do say that, which is, I'm not going to give my opinion on that, but anywho.
We've given our opinion on that many times. Check out our videos.
It goes back to the elders, right? And the teaching of the younger generation. So now they have that attitude of, I am the table, I am this, I am that. But what can you offer? Nothing. Just your coochie. And that's it pretty much. But what I'll say, go back to the elders again a little bit, is a lot of elders, right, didn't teach the youngers right from wrong, because a lot of them are, first of all, stubborn or ignorant or selfish. They chose not to.
Well, a woman's nature is selfish.
Yes, but they chose not to teach their daughters and their granddaughters what they've been through. So say they had a man, they decided to... It was more marriage back then. So say I married a man, I divorced him because of whatever reason, which was most likely something silly. And then I was on a carousel wheel for a while. I didn't find another man. I'm a certain age now, 60, 70 years old. I'm getting on, can't find no man, single, lonely, cat lady, whatever else. But what the elders fail to do is tell you that story. They would either lie or not say nothing at all.
They raise them to be independent.
Yes.
That's where you get if you get with a dude, treat him like XYZ, but make sure you put money aside just in case. So when women today are getting into relationships, they have one foot in
and one foot out. Yes.
And that's what the problem is, right? My thing is this: if our sisters have contempt for us, we're not treated well, and other women treat us well, and I throw in this: if ninjas ain't ish, what's your problem if I get with someone else? Because it's about quality, right? And I want the best. Everybody wants the best, man or woman. So why don't I go for the best? If I'm going to get, okay, people would argue, well, Becky's worse. This person's worse. Mei Ling is worse. That may be true. And that probably is true. But at least a man is willing to take the worse off, just to get some peace. That says a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think before we play the next clip?
I said earlier, for the women, black women in particular, believe it or not, sisters, we're trying to help. We're not trying to not help. We want you to turn right instead of going straight. We want you to take the exit instead of going onwards, because you going onwards is not doing anything for you. You need to go off onto the side road now, you know? So I'm just saying that, look, our SMV is low. Everything is low. We're the bottom of the bottom. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. In order to change it and to make things better, we need to open our eyes and wake up from the matrix. So what we say is to help and to wake you up a little bit. So hopefully you would see that and be like, okay, what they said was true or whatever, or at least consider just thinking about what was said instead of just be like, nah, I don't want to hear that. Don't do that.
I'm only reaching out to people that want to do better, because women that want to push on the gynocracy, they want to keep it running. They're not trying to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the gynocracy is not helping you, and it's not helping them. Any other person either.
You got people that say Master was good to me, and it's the truth.
Okay,
it is what it is, right? But put in the comments, people, do women from other cultures treat men better? Do they still hold that tradition? What do you guys think? I don't know if you want to add anything more before we play the last clip.
Well, I'm gonna say they do, because they was raised differently. So
your answer is they do. So then people put in the comments, what do you think?
Your answer is?
My answer is, come on, no doubt, man. Like, no doubt.
Just want to clarify.
I'm generalizing because I have met some sisters and they treat man good, but not enough.
Exactly, not enough of us.
And when you have women, our sisters that they love of the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions, and that's their role models. Come on now.
A recipe for disaster.
Yeah, the Lizzos and all them people. Anyways, let's play clip number 3, and then we're going to close out. Without further delay, here's clip number 3.
This is what I was getting into. And I don't really have a problem with, like, women wanting to be feminine and tap into their femininity, because my womanism is a woman should be able to do whatever the fuck she want to do without people talking about it. But my issue lies when some women think that you being feminine is going to get you more respect and better treatment from men, when that's just not entirely true. It just gets you a different type of misogyny. Women who are feminine blamed on the basis of their feminine traits, them being too nice, not saying no, what they were wearing, being really revealing. Women who are more feminine might get called like seductresses, or say that they're tempting men in order to absolve men, or the men who cheat. Even with the men who date these feminine women, some of them might be like, why do you have to wear makeup? Why do you gotta wear that? You're trying to get attention from other men. So now you're getting that whole, you're trying to tempt other men seductress stereotype that makes you the deceitful woman. So being feminine, you still finna experience misogyny, because generally speaking, femininity is seen as weak, distrustful, and threatening.
That was the end of that clip. she said a lot. Where do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I'm gonna start, but you can, go after. I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
When a woman is feminine or more feminine, she's at her feminine peak at the top of it. I don't understand why. Okay, I don't know what she's experienced personally, but
yeah,
wouldn't a feminine woman be treated better by men because she is very feminine? Isn't that what men love? A very feminine woman?
She is speaking from the perspective of a masculine woman. Only masculine women believe that a woman in a natural feminine frame, in her divine feminine, is a bad thing. Only masculine women think that.
Yes, because she's saying that feminine women will be treated badly.
Men tend to women nowadays don't give men incentives. All they do is lure men in with bedroom fun. Now, when I say incentives, I mean that there's substance. So women that are feminine and friendly and peaceful and a pleasure to be around, men tend to fall in line.
Yes.
They tend to they want to be, attentive to those kind of women. It makes me want to be more masculine. So the more masculine I am, the more feminine she is. So opposites attract. So women that are masculine, they look at other women that are feminine as weak, as pick-me's, and that's not true. But that's the first thing I'll add. I want to talk about respect after, but you go.
Okay. Yeah, so she was just saying that when you're feminine, the guy treats you bad and looks down on you as if you're weak. And I can't say I agree with that, honestly. I would just say if there are some men that do that, I would just say that they're just silly men. They're just men that you probably wouldn't even want to be with anyway.
Exactly. So there's clowns out there that
because that doesn't make sense.
But my
to
thing
me.
is this: she said that one of my notes. She said it's not on women to earn the respect of men, as if you show up, men are supposed to automatically give you respect. It is on you for men to earn your respect, because if I just meet you and it was easy, there was no substance. I'm vetting you. Like, I'm talking irrational situations. I'm vetting you. You must show a man that he should respect you. He ain't just gonna respect you off the rip, because he don't know you like that. I don't walk around with no X-ray machine. I don't know what's inside you.
I think it works both ways.
Exactly.
So,
But when you're vetting a man, how he carries himself, his whole mannerisms, you kind of know, all right, cool, he's that guy. And the more masculine I am, is the more you're drawn to me. Kind of like magnets, right? And the more feminine a woman is the more I'm drawn to her. So where's she going with all that mumbo jumbo?
I don't know. Now, she mentioned something. Oh yes, you wanted to talk about respect. You can say that first.
Like, respect is like love to a man. Yeah. Women have their lover's love or whatever, right? But respect is like love to a man. You have to show me why I should respect you. I'm vetting you from when you're passing the 4 T's. I'm gonna go into the 4 T's at some point. I can't be bothered today. But from when you show me why I should respect you, then it's all good. Then I can give you the 4 P's. Provision, provide, procreate, blah, blah, blah. Some dude's just gonna procreate and cut out. So smash and dash. But she's saying to a woman to go against her natural nature and be masculine. That sounds like some Willie Lynch thing to me. Because that's what Willie Lynch did. To the slaves, where he made them go against their, you train a horse to go against his unnatural nature.
Yeah.
And do things it's not supposed to do. That's what in turn you're saying to women. And I tend to realize, for me as a dude, when a woman is attentive and feminine and in that feminine frame, I tend to be like, okay, cool, men open doors. When you're masculine, it kind of feels like, I know you ain't trying to challenge me. Because if we go toe to toe, is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And I just look at you and like, I will never take a masculine woman seriously. Because it's like a dude. any heterosexual man anyway.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
saying.
I want to talk about, she mentioned about women wearing revealing clothing.
What was she wearing?
I just, yes, I thought it was a little bit hypocritical because she had, I don't know if it was a robe or like a tie dress or something. It seemed like a robe to me.
She had a robe.
She had
one of them Japanese
something
ones
on, right?
The silk one.
With the whole of her cleavage showing. So for me, this is to the ladies. Now, let's be not a little bit honest, but extremely honest here. When you go clothes shopping, who do you shop for? Put in the comments with your answer. Who do you shop for? We know that they're going to say, I shop for myself. Oh, okay, cool.
Sure.
Whatever. When you wear those clothes that you just bought,
it's for attention.
Who did you get dressed for? Put an answer in the comment. We know that they're going to say, I dressed for myself. Okay, fair enough. When you put that makeup, jewelry, perfume, grease up them legs, who did you do it for? Put your answer in the comment.
I don't know what they done it for.
I know who they done it for.
I think I do.
Women do these things for men.
The attention of
The
men.
attention of men, thank you. So when she's talking about, she mentioned something else in regards to grape, right? I'm sure you can work out what I really mean. I'm not going to dive into that, but I'm just going to stick to the revealing clothing situation. Now, like she said, women that wear revealing clothes will get unwanted attention. But like I said before, when you go shopping, buy those clothes or whatever, you're buying those clothes for the attention of men.
Yeah.
So if you buy a dress or a top or whatever, that's revealing. You're showing your legs, thigh, breast.
Piggybanking of what you're saying, right? So respect, right? You dress how you want to be addressed.
Exactly.
No matter how you can feel, oh, a man should be able to blah, blah, blah and sell that crap, right? You dress how you want to be addressed.
Yes.
As far as the grape thing that she was talking about, right? She's in turn saying this. She's saying the more feminine you are is the more weaker you are. And that makes men do women. And that's untrue. How about you just say that dude's jacked up?
Yeah.
Not because the woman was feminine.
Thank you.
And I think that's where she got misconstrued.
Yes.
And the wires got crossed. And she knew what she was doing, because the same woman saying that is alluring men in with her attire that she was wearing.
Exactly.
She wasn't posting that video for women. She was posting it for men. She was just hoping that women would share it. And what women saw, it went over a lot of their head. And for me is that, don't blame men. Listen, of course you're going to get some arseholes. Of course you're going to get some arseholes that do what they do. Right? But I'm saying, she's saying that because the more feminine you are, is the more it makes men go mad. And I'm like, no. The more feminine you are, is the more men fall in line. And it makes them more masculine.
And they want to treat you better.
So my thing is this. Women make rules for betas and break them for alphas. Because I bet if you ask this woman, what kind of guy do you like? She will say what she says. But then when you see her actions as in the guys that she goes for, you'll be like, huh? It's these alpha dudes, Pookies and Ray Rays, right? And then Pookies and Ray Rays are for the most part, the alpha, the pinnacles, right? Of man, right? And that means it puts her in her feminine frame. So then if being feminine is bad, why is she going for Pookie and Ray Ray? Put in the comments. Did I just drop a jewel there?
If femininity was bad, if you see the visuals and you're on YouTube and you see the actual video, you would see that for me, she looked very feminine.
Yeah.
So you're saying, oh, femininity is this, femininity is that, it's bad, it's negative, it's blah, blah, blah.
But a lot of women today, they look feminine, but they're masculine.
Yeah.
But I think in today's society that being masculine is looked down on. Being feminine as a woman is looked down on. I think they just want everybody or women to be masculine and men to just be these little lapdogs. And that's toxic. So my thing is this. Women is quick to say, oh, men are toxic and whatever crap they want to, say about men, right? But my thing is this: if there's toxic masculinity, is there not the opposite to that? So there would be toxic femininity.
Yes.
If there's misogynist, then is there not misandry? Put in the comments if you agree.
They don't take it that far. They don't look beyond they don't look beyond what they said. So if they say a man's toxic, that's it. They don't look at it on the other side. That brings me to my point of, when are a lot of you women going to take accountability for the things that you do? When is this going to happen? Please let me know. Because going back to clothing again, you will dress half naked. You knew exactly what you was doing before you left the house. You bought that outfit because you thought in your head, okay, if I wear this outfit, it's short, it's sexy, it's revealing, blah, blah, blah. You already knew all of these. Let me put this makeup like this. Let me do my hair like this to attract male attention. Yeah. You knew exactly what you was doing before you left that house. You leave the house, you get attention because that's what you wanted. Then you say, oh, why are these guys looking at me? Why are you whistling at me? Why are you beeping at me? Why are you this? Why are you that? Complaining? If you wasn't funny? Get it.
If men stop doing that.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
They'll be pissed.
If men, just like you say you want, right? If men stopped hollering at you, you would be PISSED. That's what you would be. You would be angry and upset. Like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get the attention from now? Because I tell you from now, women is not going to give you the sort of attention that you want from men. So you carry on with it. Carry on with it. You're not going to get that attention. And I'll say, like, men, by nature, they're visual people. So if they see you walking half naked, they're like, damn. Why do you think they're like, damn? They're like, damn, because that's what your attention was.
But look at it like this, right? Men in society, right? Men as human beings. Other men, if I'm masculine and I'm masculine to the core, to the fullest, right? Other men respect if you're more masculine. Other women by nature respect women that are feminine. Masculine women talk like this and they think that, being feminine is weak. I think that a lot of people have the game misconstrued today. When a man sees a woman that's feminine, he tends to gravitate to positivity, not to the things that she's saying. She's alluding to what she's alluding to, but that's inaccurate. This is why they say, don't take advice from women. She's saying, a man should just respect you. Yeah, that may be the case in theory, but in the real world, why should I respect you? I can give you the common human decency. As in, we're both humans. Okay, but I don't know you like that. If I'm vetting you, I'm trying to get with you, then I don't know you like that. You got to show me why I should respect you. I can give you the human decency. But this girl is saying what she's saying just for the sake of saying it. And a lot of people turn on their camera and they say what they're saying just for the sake of saying it.
For clout. For attention, like I said, attention, because you wore that top low like that for attention. Let's just be honest here. You wore it for attention. You didn't purposely put the top in a certain way to get women's attention. You don't want a woman's attention. You want men's attention. Just be honest on what you're doing.
Attention is currency
for women.
For women.
Yes.
That's my thoughts. Now I don't know if you know anything more.
Let's not lie. Let's not lie about it. Let's be honest.
I wasn't feeling...
Take accountability.
I didn't feel anything she said in that video. She was gassing.
She was gassing. For attention.
She was gassing. Anything for clout. That's my thoughts. What else do you want to
add? I'm finished.
Yeah, we're all out.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation today, man. People definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
Put in the comments what you think.
Yep.
As I say, man, this podcast is where you're gonna get the truth. It might be the unflattering truth, but we're gonna say what we say. It is what it is. That's our thoughts on the video. We can't cover everything, so if you do, want us to cover videos that you like, then send that to us.
Yeah.
All the links are in the description.
Yep.
It is what it is. Good podcast. Anyways, I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.